Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for another One Piece episode review. This is going to be One Piece episode 16 titled Protect Kaya, the Usopp Pirates' Great Effort. So, let's get into it. So, this episode, almost forgot to turn down the volume. That's a really big, important part of what I'm doing here. I can't have them speaking out loud and stuff. So, this episode starts off with the opening. After the opening, we get like a few scenes from last episode. It's not really a recap, just a bunch of random scenes from last episode. Then we actually get into the actual episode. So the episode starts off with the Usopp Pirates running around with Kaya trying to get away from Django. So while they're doing that, they're like, yo, we can't even see Django anymore. This is awesome. We're going to get away from him. Of course we are. These are our forests. He can't catch us in here. And while they're running, Kaya's like, thank you for protecting me. Come on, let's go. But then, boom, a bunch of trees around them just start to fall. They're like, what the heck is going on? Those little discs that Django used to hypnotize people, they're able to use that. They're able to hypnotize people, but they're also able to use as combat tools because he literally just throws them. They're able to slice through trees and they come right back to him like Captain America's shield. That's pretty wild. So he's just cutting up the whole forest, trying to look for Kaya and everybody. Obviously, they're like, yo, this is crazy. He can cut down trees with those things. We need to go. He says, nah, like a normal hypnotist. He can actually fight. So while they're running around trying to find some place to hide, they hide behind a tree, and Django walks in the other direction. They continue to run around, but then Kaya falls to her knees. They touch Kaya's head. They go, no, her fever, it's like coming back up. Is he holding her chest? Kaya tells them to run away. There's nothing they can do. She, obviously is grateful that they were able to even try to get away with her and try to run away from Django, but there's nothing they can do now. They're just kids. They need to get out of here. And then all the kids start thinking to each other. They're like, well, Captain Usopp did say, if you're ever in trouble, get your tail behind your legs and run away. And if we do leave Miss Kaya, we would probably survive, right? Yeah, you're right. But then again, Usopp didn't even take his own advice into account. He was fighting with his whole life to protect Kaya and us. He didn't run away. And he's one of the biggest liars we knew. He lied about the advice he gave us. You're right. Kaya's like, what are you guys thinking? You guys can't fight this guy. You're just kids. You gotta get away. And all the kids are like, well, if we fight with all our life, we won't die, right? Yeah, you're right. Okay, then it's decided. We're gonna fight with our lives and protect Miss Kaya. Obviously, Kaya's like, these kids. Obviously, part of her is like, these jokers. What are they thinking? Obviously, the other part of her is like, yo, these are such sweet kids. They are willing to fight with their whole lives to protect me. Obviously, she can't really do anything either or because she is really sick right now. Like, her sickness is kicking back up, so she can't move like that. So either way, she's gonna have to go with the flow. And at that exact same moment, Django finds their footprints. So he goes, I found you. And then we cut back over to Luffy and almost said Kaya for a second. Kuro. We cut back over to Luffy and Kuro. So when we come back over to Luffy and Kuro, all of the Black Cat pirates are like praising Captain Kuro. They're like, hey, Captain Kuro, you're not done yet. Come on, you have one more claw. You got this. You can beat Straw Hat. Captain Kuro, Captain Kuro. And they yell at him. Kuro yells at them to shut up again. Because obviously he doesn't like the Captain Kuro name. He hates it and everything. He doesn't want to be a pirate anymore. So they start to yell out Claha something. Clahador. They don't know his full name, but they're trying to yell out, oh, okay, we can't call you Captain Kuro. We'll call you Clahador. But he still tells them to shut up. And then he reveals that he was going to kill them from the start. Obviously, they're like, what? Captain, why do you want to kill us? I told you. I want anyone that knows my identity to be wiped off the face of the earth. I am Captain Kuro no longer. I just want a peaceful, normal life away from piracy. So I'm going to kill all of you, and I'm going to also kill Django when he gets back. Anyone that knows my true identity cannot be left alive. Obviously, they're like all freaking out, like, what? Come on, Captain, you're joking, right? He goes, no, this was my whole plan since 3 years ago. I was always going to kill you from the start. You guys were never meant to leave this island once you got here. All of them start panicking, like, this can't be. like, this is wild. Like, you can't do this to me. And he says like, well, that's how it's supposed to be. Well, that's how pirates are. Captains are supposed to not protect. My bad. Captain's supposed to be able to do whatever he wants with his crewmates. If I say jump, you guys say how high. If I say jump, you guys are supposed to say how high. If I say run, you're supposed to say how far. Your lives are mine now, and I can kill you and whatever I want with you. Obviously, Luffy looks kind of mad, and he points his knives at Luffy. Luffy's not even moving an inch. He doesn't look intimidated from Kuro at all. And Luffy goes, you know what, Kuro? No matter how many hundreds or thousands of men that you own, you will never be as good as Usopp. And he gets kind of mad, and he starts laughing. He goes, Usopp? That pathetic liar that can't even do anything? What does he have that I don't? And he, like, disappears, and he appears behind Luffy, trying to stab him. And he goes, he has heart. And he's like, what? Luffy stretches out his arm, swings it back, and it punches Kuro in the face, and he slams on the side of a mountain. And we get this pretty nice shot of Luffy smiling too right before he does that. I really like it. I really like that shot of Luffy smiling right before he punches Kuro right in the face. That was really nice. That was a really dope shot. And obviously him doing a cool move when he stretches out his arm and swings it back. Here it. Oh, actually, I gotta rewind it a little bit. I went too fast, so I didn't get it in time. Here it is. Like some of these nice shots I really want to show, they go so fast, like, you know, it kind of sucks. Well, here it is. It was like one part of him like smiling really when he's actually smiling and talking, but like I said, it's so fast, it's ridiculous. It's kind of hard to get. Oh, actually, never mind. I got it. I got it right up there. I said that. Here it is. Just him smiling really big. And then after that, like I said, he stretches out his arm and punches him. And that was a really cool scene too, and obviously I'm going to show you guys that. Obviously, I got to show you guys that. So here it is. Boom. Stretches out his arm and punches him. Right there. It's kind of cool how he like stomps on the ground to get some good footing, and he twists his body around, and boom. And he says, a guy like you can never be good as a pirate like Usopp. You don't understand the first thing about being a pirate. Kuro gets back up. Obviously, that doesn't take him out. And he goes, what? Okay. I guess I got to teach you, boy, exactly what it means to be a pirate. First lesson is terror. And he hunches over he does this. And he starts to sway side to side. And while he's doing that, all of his men are starting to freak out. They're like, what the? No! Captain Kuro, please don't use that move. You're only fighting one man. There's no need for that. Well, he did say he was going to kill us. Yeah, but come on, Captain Kuro, please don't do this. And while they're yelling and spazzing, Luffy looks, you know, he turns behind him because they're yelling. So he's like, huh? Looks at Kuro and he listens to him. He's like, you know, what are they spazzing about? All he's doing is like wobbling side to side. What's so scary about that? And then he does his technique called out. Well, it sounds like he's saying out of the bag attack because it can't out of the bag. But in the subtitles, it says out of the back attack. I guess, I mean, either way, it kind of works. But at the same time, out of the bag does sound a lot better than out of the back. So, I don't know. Either one sounds good. But Captain Kuro, he just disappears. And this little puff of purple smoke starts to go around the whole area. We pan over to Nami. And Nami's on top of the Black Cat Pirate's boat getting all the treasure. And she goes, whew, this is a pretty big haul. I thought they'd have more treasure than this, but I mean, this is okay enough. I wonder what everybody's doing. Did they finish the fight? She looks over and she goes, why is everybody standing still? Is the fight over? And out of nowhere, each member of the Black Cat Pirate starts to get slashes on their chest. Boom! One guy falls, blood everywhere. They're like, Captain Kuro, please, don't do this. Boom! Another guy falls. She goes, whoa, what's happening? And a bunch of slashes appear around Luffy on the rocks, and they also cut him too. One crew member, before he gets slashed, he specifically says that whenever Captain Kuro uses this technique, he goes so fast he doesn't know what he's cutting. So boom, he gets cut back to back to back. They all start to get cut up, and then we pan over to them getting cut up. And we pan over to Luffy getting cut up on his arm, his leg, his chest, and it just keeps panning back and forth. And Luffy, you can tell he's getting madder and madder and madder. And he goes, Kuro, don't you have any honor? These men are your friends. And Nami's like, whoa, Luffy. And we just see Luffy's hat just like flow in the wind. And then we keep, wait, do we, yeah, that's a halfway mark. Then we get the halfway mark and we get the eye catchers. And they fix the music. We see Luffy's bounty poster. And we also see Zoro's bounty poster. And they fix the music so it's not just Zoro's theme twice. We actually get Luffy's theme and then Zoro's theme. But here's the really good scene when we keep panning over to them and panning back over to Luffy, and he gets really mad and he starts screaming and yelling about how he doesn't have any honor. I really like that scene. And we get that shocked reaction from Nami. Really good scene. Really good scene. Like I said, it's the halfway point, so we finally get to fix the music, and we don't have that much longer, so I just I'll put this over. So after that, Kuro starts to slash out Luffy some more, like I said, because he was slashing both of them. And after he does that, Luffy was able to catch Kuro, swing him over his arm, and slam him on the ground. He goes, ha, I gotcha. That was a nice scene. I was like, there we go. Finally, Kuro goes, you infinite boy. You should have just let me be and kill them and kill you. Now look at them. They're in pain and they're suffering. And they're not dead. All because of you. And he tries to, it didn't work the first time. So I don't know why he thought it would work the second time. But he points his swords. I guess you'll say they're swords. But he points his claws at Luffy. Tried to intimidate him again. And it doesn't work. Obviously, Luffy's just standing there, blank face. And he gets mad that it's not intimidating him. I'm like, yo, it didn't work the first time. I don't know why you thought it would work the second time. I guess you thought it would work because you got a few attacks off, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. And he just starts to back up a little bit, and he goes, "Well, you and the rest of my crew are going to die here today, so get ready to die." And he starts to do the wobbling motion again. Obviously, Luffy knows that, oh, he's gonna do that technique. He goes, "No!" Goes up to grab him, but he disappears. He goes, "Dang it!" So he just stands still, trying to wait for his next attack to happen. And then we cut back over to Django. He's walking around looking for Kaya and the boys. And then, boom, a white flag just pops up. And they're like, hey, we surrender. We'll give up Kaya. Just leave us alone. Don't kill us. Django's like, these kids, you think I'm an idiot? What? Of course I know this is a trap. I'm not going to fall for this. And then he pull a rope and he trips over and he falls. He goes, yeah, I just fell for that. Of course I did. One boy runs over to Django, pours some peppers in his face. Another boy runs over, has a pan, wham! Hits him with a sun don't sign, and he falls over wailing in pain. He's able to get up just barely, and he's walking over to the little cliff side that they're on top of, and all the boys pushes a rock, pushes a log off the cliff side, and it lands right on his leg. And obviously he's wailing in pain from that. Then they all jump in to finish him off, but obviously he grabs, I think it's Onion. Yeah, he grabs Onion by the neck. He goes, yeah, you boys bit off more than you can chew. Throws them all against a rock. They fall down. He goes, yo, Kaya. Or he specifically says, rich girl. Yo, rich girl, I know you're around here. If you don't come out, I'm going to kill all these brats. Now get your butt out here. Kaya comes out. She goes, okay, there's no need for violence. I'll give it myself and I'll break their will. Just don't kill them. And obviously he goes, what? Of course I'm going to kill all of you. I need no witnesses. Kaya runs over to Django, grabs a little disc and points it at her neck. She goes, if you don't let them be and only kill me, I'm going to kill myself and not write your will. He goes, what? No, please. I need that will. Okay, fine. I'll leave the boys alone. But they're not in a condition to run away too quickly, so I guess we'll see what happens. He gives her a feather, and she starts to write her will. There was one random scene of Usopp and Zoro running around the forest, and Zoro didn't know where to go, so Usopp kept telling him which way to go, which is pretty funny, but I honestly forget where it was. I honestly forget where it was in this episode. I think it was near the middle point, but it was, I don't know, honestly. I don't know where it was. Anyway, Kaya, she writes the will. After she writes the will, Django pins her up against a wall. He's trying to kill her. Zoro and Usopp can see them in the distance, so Zoro drops Usopp on the ground, starts to run over to Django. Django's like, huh? Oh no, it's a swordsman. I need to kill Kaya quickly. So he gears up his hand with the disc in hand, finna go up at her. We pan over to Luffy, and he's still standing there with Kuro, like, you know, doing the cat out of the back attack, going crazy with the slashes. One slash hits his face, and make it to be continued. And that's it. Guess we'll see. Well, not next week, but you know, I only do these when we're on break. So next time we're on break, then I'll do this. I also needed to get back on Needless read through, but I don't know when I'm gonna have to fit that in. I could have done it this week. I had so much free time this week with everything on break, but I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. But that's the episode. Next week, oh, well, not next week, but the next time we review One Piece, I think that's the last episode in this whole saga. I've been like, I was looking through the episodes. I'm like, man, when are we gonna get to like Sanji and stuff? And that's not until a while, cause that's not until like the 20s. Yeah, that's not until the 20s until we meet Sanji. So I'm like, huh, okay, so that's gonna be a while. And Arlong, that's not until like the 30s, so that's gonna be a while too. That's really picks up, but you know, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to rush this. Every time it's a break, then I'll do it. So, like, share, and subscribe. See you all later. Thank you all for watching. I think you all ever be a wonderful human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. All right.